Commonwealth is always what we're doing in the Commonwealth. I want to start with why we do what we do. And I want to tell you about personally why I do what I do. And that starts with my story. I am a product of kids having kids. My father was 19, my mother was 16 when I was born. I was raised by my grandmother. I grew up on a free and reduced lunch. Me and my brother, many times we missed out on a lot in terms of field trips or little things like even being able to take your books home. When you're in school and being able to pay the book fees, able to take your books home. Missing out on that and how that affected us. And then I was the first person in my family to graduate from high school. My father and my mother didn't get a chance to actually graduate from high school. My grandmother, who told me everything I know about this world, didn't even graduate from high school. So they invested all their hopes and dreams in changing the trajectory of our family. And I took that very, very seriously when I went off to James Madison and got involved and engaged there. And I'll admit, I wish I would have done a little bit better in the classroom, Congressman Scott. But that's neither here nor there now. I graduated from James Madison, being the first in my family to graduate from college, and went and got involved in politics and campaigns. When you leave college, you think, after being involved in student politics, you think, maybe I'll run for office right away. But you come to find out you got to learn. You got to crawl before you walk. And so I got involved behind the scenes, helping people like Congressman Scott, other Democrats around the Commonwealth. And then I started working for the Democratic Party of Virginia, and I worked for, that's where I met Terry McCall. Along the way, or today actually, I'll admit I pinched myself. Because normally a child of those circumstances doesn't get to be the Secretary of the Commonwealth. And I'm very, very grateful. I really, truly believe I'm blessed. But there comes a great responsibility to all leaders who attain this sort of station in life. And my grandmother always taught me, our job is always to give back. And my grandmother, although she was not an educated woman, she was a woman who took care of everyone in my family. No matter who you were, what you had done, she took care of everyone. I asked Grandma one time when we were going through the pictures of people she considered her children. And I said, Grandma, they got different last names. She's like, that's still my son, boy. But that's what drives me today. It's my job, I feel, to make a difference in other people's lives, but also to right the wrongs. The other day, I was I'm exploring some things on the restoration of one's civil and voting rights. And I'm going to paraphrase a quote that I ran upon from the 1901 Virginia Convention when they were rewriting the Constitution of Virginia. There was a fellow named Delegate Glass out of the western part of the state. I'm going to paraphrase it here, though. He said the plan that they were about to implement, which was going to disenfranchise voters, a plan which included the literacy test, the poll tax, and the disenfranchisement of felons, would eliminate, quote unquote, the darky from each and every county within 5 years from participating in the civic activity, and protect the supremacy